All right, so Tony Lopez is here to talk to us. Tony is a graduate of the program, also a former administrator here, I believe, for a period, right? And had a show on Chicagoland Sports Radio, and then went on to Comcast Sportsnet. And let's give a round of applause to Tony Lopez.
Use the mic one?
Yeah.
Use the mic?
You can just leave it there.
Okay, cool. Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good.
I will try to make this as entertaining as possible, but very informative. Okay? I'm Tony Lopez. I did graduate from ICB back in, 2009. Yes, August 2009. I didn't graduate from this campus because this wasn't open yet. I graduated from the Lombard campus. I don't know, are you guys familiar with Lombard? Okay, so I did graduate from there. It was fun. I did a lot of stuff. I did a lot of projects. When I first started, my intention was to be on TV. I wanted to be on TV. I'm on TV. I'm going to be on TV. But once you get into the program, which I know there's a mixture of people here who are about to graduate or just started, you start to do different things and maybe have different, you sidetrack a little bit and maybe want to do something different. But I'll tell you a little bit of my story real quick, like that you guys can see where, my background, and then kind of give you some advice and of course take questions. So I'm a musician. I love music. So my number one passion is music. I love playing bass, piano. I mean, I play everything but guitar. So growing up, that's all I ever did. But I also was that lame person that after the Bulls games, I would call every game to talk to the post-game guy and ask questions. And what I would do was I would take my tape recorder and I would record the post-game show when I called to hear myself on the radio, to see how I sounded on the radio. I sounded whack, by the way, if you wanted to know. It was pretty bad. But I would do that, and I went listening to the radio, sports radio. I'm a sports radio geek, so I'm pretty sure we got some of those scattered around here. But that was my thing. So I did that for a while, and I did music. But after a while, I was like, you know what, I want to pursue broadcasting. So I did, and I enrolled in school, and I started. When I was in school, I had 2 internships. I did one with the softball channel that used to be located in Lombard. Jenny Finch was a part of a softball team. She was, I don't know if you guys know who Jenny Finch is, but we used to cover her games. I used to do videography. So I got a good experience there. And then I landed an internship at Comcast Sportsnet. Do you guys know Comcast Sportsnet? Okay. They cover all the major Chicago teams for the most part. That was dope. I use the word dope because I can't say anything else. I got to cover the games. I got to go to the games. I got to talk to the players. I got to interview the players. And it was cool because I'm not trying to use race and anything, but I was literally the only Hispanic in the control room. And I was like, oh, okay. So, I was in the room and I was talking to these guys and players, and I started realizing what you have to do when you're at an internship, or what you got to do to mingle with people. You know how this is in this industry. For the ones that have been here, it's kind of about who you know, how you present yourself. So I worked hard. I mean, I'm talking about I'd be there from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 12 o'clock at night. I didn't have to be there till 12, but I would stay till 12 because I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know what the producers were doing, what they were editing, what the hosts wanted, what the talent was looking for. And I did things like that. It was about a good 3 to 4 month internship, and I learned so much. So the one thing I did that I picked up from, and I give you guys this advice, is when I left that internship, the last day of the internship, there's a lot of people that work at Comcast Sportsnet, and I made it a point to say goodbye to everyone. Like, I'm not kidding. I was like, it was nice working with you. Take care. And look them dead in the eye. It was nice working with you. Take care. Looking them dead in the eye. I swear to you, I said bye to everybody, even the maintenance people. Like, I wanted to make sure they remembered my face. And I'm not gonna say it's 100% the reason why I got the job there, but I know they remembered me because when I got hired, I came back and even the maintenance person was like, "Oh, Tony, you're the Hispanic guy." And I was like, "Yeah, I did say hi to you." So, it makes it a point. You show your face, you show that you work hard, and you push yourself and present yourself, because you're the only person that's going to present yourself. You're promoting yourself. So, I did that, and I got the job at Comcast Sportsnet. I can't tell you, again, the fun that I had. It's one thing to get up in the morning, and I did work at the school too, so I worked here in the mornings. But to be able to say, I got to go to work, leaving work, and saying I want to go to work, my other job. And I got there. The first thing I worked with everybody from Comcast. I don't know if you guys remember Kendell Gill. He's a great friend of mine. I'm actually going to see him after this. Kendell Gill, Alex Brown, Jim Miller, Lance Briggs, who now works for Comcast Sportsnet as well. All those guys that are analysts, I was able to talk to them and kind of get their feedback other than sports, about the broadcasting world. So it's intense. It's an intense environment. I wanted to do radio when I started. I'm a big radio guy, I like hosting and so forth. But doing TV is a whole different. It's not a whole different world, but there's a little bit more involved, I would say. And I was in the backdrop of it, so I was able to do some on-camera stuff, but most of my job was producing. So I was a production assistant. And when I tell you that when you're in TV, it's crazy. I'll give you an example. I'm sitting in the control room, and for those of you that know sports very well, if the Cubs or Sox or the Bulls or any team is on the west side, on the west coast, they don't start games till
like 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, 9:30 our time. There has to be a news show every night on Comcast Sportsnet. Okay, if you guys don't know, it's called I think it's Sportsnet Central. We have to make sure that we get all the highlights from that day presented at night, because they're going to rerun that night show in the morning for the people who watch sports in the morning. So at 9 o'clock, you sit there and you wait. All right, we got to wait for the Cubs to lose to whoever team. I gave away what side of Chicago I'm from. My bad. I'm sorry. So whatever, we're watching the games, and we're doing what we have to do. Then if the Cubs go into extra innings or the Sox go into extra innings, we are not leaving until that game is done. So we're there. We're getting stats. I'm getting stats for the hosts. I'm creating graphics or whatever the case. Whatever I was doing that day, I had to do until the game was over. So I prayed for a lot of regular games and not overtime and extra inning games, even though I was a fan. So doing that, you had to push yourself. You had to be alert.
And what? Because right now that's my problem. I do too much and my body shuts down. So it's hard for my body to catch up with what I want to do.
I'm one of the very, I guess not, I wouldn't say blessed, but I'm very lucky to not have kids, not be married, and to be able to do what I can do. I went to school full time and had a job, straight up. This is what I was able to do it. I commend anybody that's in this room right now that has a child, that is married, or that has another job or two and is going to school. It is a difficult thing. And believe me, I was a staff member here and I dealt with students all day, and I think I can say I've seen it all. I mean, I've seen people here with kids, with marital problems, with everything, and they still got through the program, and they still got a job, and they're working right now in the industry with kids, being married, divorced, whatever their personal life situation is, they're doing it. So if you're here and you're about to graduate or you're in the program, you can do it. You can do it, unless something, God forbid, any catastrophe happens, you can do it. So I was able to balance it because I was free. I had a job and I went to school.
I just want to say, are you the one that's on that video with Kirk Heinrich?
Yeah.
I know you look familiar.
Yeah. If there's an annoying video playing in the lobby still, it's me. I'm sorry. I know you're probably sick of my face. My bad.
It ain't your face. It's the song that we're singing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Your face is fine. It's the
Okay,
song.
cool. The shade's okay?
Shades
Right size? Right tint?
So where do we find the clapping video on YouTube?
I'll post. I'll
How about you demonstrate live?
I will. I actually will at the end of this. At the end of this segment, I got 30 minutes, so I think I'm running up on time. Yeah.
So you're a boxing guy. Who you got, Canelo or Cotto?
I am a huge boxing fan. I do have Canelo by. I don't have him by decision. I have him by knockout. If you don't know already, I am Puerto Rican, and that devastates my heart to even say that. But I do have Canelo. I think Cotto I think he's a better boxer than Canelo, but unfortunately Canelo's younger and has a little bit more power. And I don't know if Cotto's stamina can hang with the 25-year-old boxer.
You're pressing this guy's buttons over here.
But go Cotto. Any Puerto Ricans in here? No? Okay. All right. My man.
Do you have any tips for creating content? Any trick of the trade?
And
For radio or TV?
Yeah. When I had a radio, when I did Chicagoland Sports Radio, I did it for about 2 years. I had to consistently think of things. What I would advise you to do is, if you're gonna talk, you have a sports show?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're gonna talk about sports, obviously, you're gonna have to talk about what's happening currently. We're talking about first week of football. I'm sure. Are you a Philly fan?
Yeah, baby.
All right.
You have no idea. I'm on the show with them. You have no idea what happened.
That's okay. I'm not, as long as you're not a Packers fan, that's fine. But you obviously talk about the NFL Week 1. You do your current event content, but then afterwards, I wouldn't only do sports. Always have a space for entertainment or for anything. Like I think it's been a minute, but when I had my show, I would do a segment called "Come On, Man," and I would just find stories about people that would just do dumb stuff and get arrested. You can find those things on the internet. You can find blogs of people. I think it was a lady. She went streaking in the middle of the road. This was like 5 years ago, and then she prayed and sat on the middle. I mean, I don't know why she did that, but that's a come on, man. What are you doing? So I did one of those things, and it was funny. It brought a little bit of relief to the potential tension that you're having with your co-host. Like, oh, the Bears suck, Jay Cutler sucks, and then you go to something else. You see 670 and ESPN 1000. Waddle and Sylvie, they don't only talk about sports on the show. At the end of the show, they're talking about movies. They're talking about they just do everything.
That's my favorite, Waddle and Sylvie. That's my idols.
Yeah. So my advice to you is just don't always. Do sports. Of course, you're on a sports station. You have to, but kind of deviate yourself a little bit and just talk about some entertainment. Release the tension on the show. But I do have a drive, and the thing about it too is it's the story I gave you with Comcast Sportsnet. I am sure of you that time period that I was applying for the job, I don't think anybody was calling every week. I can just reassure you that. I was calling every single week, and it can be annoying for an internship coordinator to be answering these phone calls every week from you, answering the same question. But I called. And that's what's been separating me is that I have a drive. I know people have drive. I know people, that maybe they're at the same level as me. But when I go into a building or when I go into a station or anywhere, they know right away what my intention is. They know that I'm not leaving out here without an answer, a yes or no. Or I'm not leaving here until you know that I'm serious about what I'm about to do. I'm not coming, hi, I'm here for an internship. Is there space open? No, I'm going in there with, how you doing? My name is Tony Lopez. I'm here. I'm coming at them straightforward. Yeah. My intention, you're going to give me an internship or not. Not rude, but you want to give them that vibe. You want to give them that vibe. So that's what I think separates me. I'm all about it.
You want to be assertive.
Exactly.
Have you had to prove yourself? What I was actually referring to is your value as an individual, as part of the production. Because that's something that I harp on all the time. I tell them, you have to know what you need to know, and the value in that.
Yeah, I can tell you that Comcast Sportsnet, and again, I don't like to bring race up, but I bring it up only because I did tell you earlier I was the only Hispanic working at Comcast Sportsnet at the time, and I did feel like not that they looked upon me as Hispanic, but I was the youngest one. So I had to prove myself. I had to prove myself in a way that, I'm gonna show these guys that I could do this job. You're the first when you're the guy there that's new. You're the rookie. They're gonna look at you and say, "Let's see what you can do." And they will. I don't know if they still do, but they will test you. Like I remember having to do two things at the same time, which I shouldn't have been doing, but I did it anyway, and I got it done. I do feel like I add value. I did feel like I've had to prove myself in many situations due to my status or due to whatever the case was. I did feel that, and I think that I've proven also in the midst of that I have value, that I was able to push through and get the job done. So yes, I have had those instances, but again, that's what I feel like separates me from a lot of people, is that many people they get intimidated by stuff like that. They don't perform well, or they just quit. So,
How do you think you can get past that?
with what I did.
Feeling intimidated and feeling like you want to. How do you get past that?
One of the things I
Have you
did.
ever had that?
Yeah, absolutely. First day working there. I mean, I'm with people that are on TV. Like, it's just me. Like, what am I gonna do? Talking, man. I mean, if you have the gift to gab and you can talk, just talk. Don't be annoying, but just have conversations. How you doing? You know. I remember when I talked to Kendall, I was like, "How you doing?" I heard him talking about boxing. I jumped in the conversation. I was like, "You a boxing fan?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, really? Who's your favorite boxer?" And he told me, and from there, I just drove off. You know, I just started talking. You know, kept it professional, but you just talk to these people, make them feel comfortable, make them feel like, you know, they're at home. You know, you're the new person. They don't want to feel like they can't come to you for anything. They want to feel like, hey, I can trust this guy, this girl. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to be able to talk to people. You know, don't be too intimidated by these people. They got skin like us. You know, they're human and they make mistakes on there too. They make mistakes. They make a lot of them. You don't see them on there, but they make a lot of mistakes. You know, just talk. You know, and be very personable. Don't be standoffish. You can't be standoffish in this industry. Let me tell you, you cannot. You have to be able to be personable, talk to people. You know, and just have that likeness. You know, do you guys like me? Do I seem personable?
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Just be cool. You know, don't be doing this when you go into the station. All right, and don't give any sense of attitude. Just, you know, put a smile on and work. So,
I was listening. Would you agree with me when I say, because I think it's important to eat, sleep, and breathe what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
Do you think that's overkill, or do you think that it's necessary in order to create an edge over the competition?
it's necessary if you are definitely hosting, if you're presenting, programming. I believe so. I wouldn't call it overkill because, again, I think that if you love sports, what are you watching at night?
Sports.
What's the show that we watch at night?
Sports Center.
Okay, so you're watching it, right? You liking what you watch? You have a sports show? You're fine. No overkill there. Anybody like watching in the entertainment world? What do you watch? Hey, girl. Hey, Wendy, though?
Or the real license.
Yeah, the real or the reality shows. You know, if you guys do watch them. You know, the what's the show coming on now? Season 2.
Hollywood.
No, the other one. What's his face? With what's her name? Oh my gosh.
With Taraji?
No. It's season 2 of. We were all hyped on it. It just came last. Empire. Thank you. My God. She said that. I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I thought like Taraji being.
There you go.
Because I thought, wait, season 3.
He had panic hearing. He didn't hear it.
So if you're doing a show by entertainment and you're talking about shows that are entertaining, I mean you're already watching Empire. You know, you're already watching these shows. So yes, it's a smart idea to watch what you're going to talk about. You know, but if you already do it, it's not overkill. You know, you're just getting informed.
Like we got your internship, did you have to quit working to complete a full-time intern?
That's a great question. I've seen students quit their job. I'm not saying that's the smartest thing to do. It just depends on your personal situation. I had a job during the day. My internship was at night. That's just how it works for me. So I was able to balance that out perfectly. And I requested, you know, when I searched for an internship, you know, I was looking for an internship that would be suitable for me, you know, at the time. And if that didn't work, then I would have to go to desperate measures, of course. But it was an internship where it was at night, so I was able to work in the day and go to it at night. So that's how it worked for me. But if I challenge anybody that's working and you're debating on whether you should or how to do it, I would talk to the program director or whoever's at the station or TV station and see what other opportunities there are, or if it's not at that station, who else are they affiliated with that can get me an internship somewhere elsewhere. So that can be difficult. I know. And you got a job, you got to work.
How important is relatively social media on you?
Oh, that's a great question. How important is social media or relevant to what I do? It is 100% positive, the most important thing right now to what I do. Because who the heck is going to promote myself other than me? Social media. I mean, not that you better, but you better have a Facebook, a Twitter, an Instagram, a Vine, Snapchat if you don't make sure you don't get in trouble. You better have whatever you need to have to promote yourself. You know what I mean? You have to have stuff like this. I can't tell you, when I had a radio show, I was tweeting every 10 minutes. I was updating my status. I mean, you don't have to do this on Facebook, but I was updating my status every 30 minutes, every hour. Hey, we're talking about this right now. We're talking about this right now. I'm giving away Bulls tickets right now. Call right now. Because then who else is gonna promote you? Unless you're on a major TV station, then of course, then that's a different story. But when you're doing your projects, when you're doing things online, social media is the thing. And I don't know if you guys know this by now, but social media and everything online is the future. Any questions? I will have I have business cards here. You guys can take them. I also will have information for Wendell with you guys, and I'll be around for about 5-10 minutes if you guys have any questions, unless you guys have class. But for the most part, it was a pleasure coming back. Thanks for having me. And Go Sox.